first quarter?
Yeah, we spotted them leads in the first and third. I thought we came in good. We were a bit sluggish. Definitely was. Missed a few chippers, and they got a few easy ones, both in transition, and just in their normal offense. And we were at disadvantage for from the game.
It's disappointing the way you've started games. I mean, you guys know you can't get behind with what you have.
Right. Yeah, and still for the majority, we played hard. There were just some mental errors offensively, and like I said, it's a matter of spotting people points. 10-point leads in the first and third.
Defensively, Brook, you played well, though. After that first quarter, you gave up 36 points in the second and third, but it's not consistent. Is that the problem?
Right, yeah. I thought they just, they were able to hit first, and gain momentum at the beginning, so they felt like, the game was theirs pretty much the whole game. Just goes that little first bit. And, it's obviously something we can't allow.
So they play a lot of pitching early in the game. Could you talk about that?
CDR does a great job of penetrating, getting in the lane. So I was just trying to do my best job getting him open, so he got good looks inside.
He got his first double-double. He looked strong out there tonight. Is that a positive for this team?
I mean, no question. We're just gonna. CDR is fearless when he's attacking the basket. He's not afraid of going today, but in Denver's game, you saw him go out Carmelo pretty much the whole first half. Just frustrating him. He's a very talented, great player. And I love playing with the guy. So it's definitely good that he's getting back to his old self.
You still don't have a win, but is there any solace that you're back on the court tomorrow in Milwaukee trying to get that?
Yeah, it's 82 games, 71 left. You just got to keep looking at it. Come out and hit them first.
This is getting pretty old already for you guys.
What? Losing? Yeah, it's been all. Only loss. The first loss. It's a bitter feeling pretty much every loss. Even when I wasn't playing, I still felt bad. It's really indescribable. I really can't describe, how I feel. But we have another game tomorrow.
Personally, though, you had a great game tonight. That has to be a positive for you coming back from the flu.
Not really. Not really. Me personally, it's nothing if we don't win. I really don't. My numbers don't matter if we're losing. Because you're labeled as a loser. And it doesn't matter what you're doing on a losing team. Nobody really cares. I know I don't.
If you were to point to something in this game, that would be the first and third quarters where you gave up 9-0 runs.
Yeah, you can't do that, especially with a team who's, who came in hot, who won 4 straight. We can't do it. You just can't. You can't spot a team who's playing really well. That's what we did, especially at the beginning of the game. We were down 18. You just have you can't do that. And we have to realize that, and go from there.
What do you attribute this slow start to?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint why.
It seemed like the energy was down a little bit. You think it had anything to do with Saturday, what happened Saturday, just kind of a hangover effect?
Mm-mm. Yeah, we have one rookie on the team. We know that you play games. You play a lot of games. You're going to lose by 1 point. You're going to lose by buzzer beaters. If you dwell on that, you're going to keep losing and be losers. So I don't really think, that was the reason. I hope not. But I really can't pinpoint, like I say, a reason why we started off slow.
The fact that you battled back from 16 and 17, though, does that give you some positive feelings going into Milwaukee?
You always have to, find positives. You always have to find positives even in losses. And we're going to have to, we're going to go over this game tomorrow and see what they are. But right after a loss, it's hard for me to even talk about this game and after losing.
When you got 7, 8 guys, there's no room for that. We should be coming out, flying around the court. We should be balls out all over the floor. Tonight we came out and, it was a walk in the park for us. We came out like we were 10-0. We understand we're 0-10, and we got to come out and start the game, and we got to be throwing punches and hitting first. And tonight, we're walking around. First bucket of the game they get is an underneath inbound play. So here we are 0-10. We've had a stretch where we're playing balls out for 48 minutes. Then Orlando game, we let go of the rope in the fourth. Come back the next night, we play balls out 48, and then tonight we come out and start the first. Not like we should, and we just start the third. Throughout the game, we've competed tonight. But when we spot a team that big a lead, it's tough. It's tough in the NBA to play from behind. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of work when you have 70 guys. It's always tough.
Surprising or disappointing?
Disappointing, very disappointing. And we just can't have that. We have done, again, we're short-handed. So we got to come out with the mindset that we have to really establish ourselves in this game. We have to set the tone. We didn't set the tone at all tonight.
Rafer, what's the key moving forward? You got some games coming up. What's just coming out with?
We just have to keep competing. We have to compete. We can't get outworked. Those are areas that are killing us. And you're gonna make mistakes. Mistakes about 50-55% of the game. It's just gonna happen. Turnovers, bad possessions, bad shots, 3 seconds, defensive misses. Now you're gonna have mistakes, but you gotta keep competing, keep playing hard. That's something that can cover up for a lot of the mishaps.
Why do you think you guys lack intensity coming out after how hard you played in the last couple of games?
That should never go anywhere. You're gonna make shots, you're gonna miss shots, you're gonna blow helps, you're gonna do a lot of things that during the course of the game that just happens. But the hustle, intensity, desire has to be there from start to finish. You should always come here with that in mind. You gotta have hustle, intensity, and the desire and the passion to play the game.
Do you feel like with limited players you can't afford to make those mistakes, like
You almost have to
stuff
be.
like that?
It's hard. You almost have to be perfect on one end of the floor, and for us, that's the defensive side of the ball. You almost have to be flawless. Offensively, we're gonna have, because that's part of the game, especially with teams pressuring you and they're into you. Referees may miss a call here and there, so some on offense may happen, but defensively, especially when you're short-handed, you kind of have to almost be. You can't be perfect. You have to be close to it.
Thanks a lot.